Alright, I hope this works. Hello. I had a big problem with my streaming software a few days ago. And I had to completely reset everything, so as far as I can tell, everything's set up good and working again, so that's good. Alright, let me turn the music down a little bit. So I gotta do a couple of quick audio checks. That one's looking good. We got the BX console in. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. That looks good. And then I got my limiter to push me up to the correct volume so I'm not too quiet. And that looks pretty good as well. Okay, perfect. It looks like everything is pretty much ready to rock and roll here. So, 1 second. I think we're about ready to get this thing started. So we got a question and answer for you guys today. Alright, I do need to readjust my camera. I'm sorry you have to see whatever it is you're currently seeing. It's probably awful. It's probably awful whatever you're currently seeing. But I apologize for that. Okay. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Fun with cameras, right? I have to readjust that for every stream. The way I got that streaming camera set up, I have to mess with it every single time. Okay. Hold on. Cam number 2. I think everything's ready to rock and roll and good to go for the most part. May not be perfect, but it's going to have to do, right? Alright, cool. I think we got her. Alright, white boy, what's going on? Mech, what's up? AJ, how are you today? Zalibong, what's up, man? RR. We got Shada Edits, what's going on? Jake. White boys, welcome to loyal member. Yeah, white boy, thanks for being a member, buddy. I really do appreciate that. That is awesome. Very nice of you. For some weird reason, now I can't hear the music. Now the music's too low. Let me turn it up a little more. I'm not really sure why, but that might be a little better. That's really strange. I don't know. Alright, so what do you recommend for getting gold? Alright, so Tony, in order to get gold, unfortunately there's not a bunch of great ways to get gold quickly unless you have a few dollars to go into the daily deals and buy it, right? I mean, basically play a lot of games, and if you come in the top couple of slots, if you finish like first, second, and third, I think you get a little bit of gold here. Make sure you look at the daily task and see if there's any task giving out gold. Sometimes you might see a little bit of gold here and there, or you can watch a video to get it or something like that, but it's not super easy to get gold, unfortunately. Most things in the game take a little while. I mean, you gotta grind it, right? If you're not spending money, you gotta grind. Lots of grinding. So it's time to grind your buttocks off. RR says, thanks for all you do. We all appreciate it. You're welcome, my friend. Thank you for the kind words. I'm glad you're enjoying the channel, man. Oh, we got Bubbles in the house. What's up, Bubbles? How you doing today? When do I think they're going to nerf the Eiffel? My guess is probably about the time that the next Titan comes out. When does the next Titan come out? I have no idea. I'm not 100% sure. Ooh, I do have some interesting news, right? I'm not 100% sure, but I think I might be able to get some of the brand new robots that aren't even out yet to give away. I might get some of the new robot. I forget what it's called. The new one that's on the test server. I just might be able to give a few of those out sometime soon. So that'll be cool. Of course, you know, they can't get delivered until the next update or whatever, but if I understand that correctly, there's a chance I may be giving out some of those soon, which would be super, super, super cool. Yeah, the Raptors. The Raptors. That would be awesome. TRJL, what's up, man? How are you doing? Awesome to see you. Thanks for stopping by. White Boy says anytime just to help you out. Yeah, I really do appreciate it, man. Thank you. The music is kind of corny. Well, problem with music is most music has copyrights, right? And if you use copyrighted music, YouTube gives you copyright strikes and stuff like that. Or you can pay for some sort of streaming subscription, which I don't, because I don't really like, I don't like the streaming subscriptions. Like, since I have 3 channels, I would have to pay for a subscription on each channel, and that would be really expensive. So I just use the music that YouTube gives us to use for free. That's a good way to do it. What do I do for a living? Well, I actually have an autoimmune disease, so I can't really work a regular job. I can't sit in a chair very long. I can't stand very long, so I do YouTube for a living because of that. Now, I used to be a delivery driver. I used to drive a FedEx truck, and then after that, I got a job at a college doing maintenance at a college. And then one day, the autoimmune disease got so bad, it's just like I can't move very well. Some days I can barely walk. It's not a lot of fun. I mean, even making YouTube videos is hard sometimes. If I could sit in my chair all day, I could make some probably pretty amazing videos, but I do the best I can with what I have to deal with. But yeah, so that's what got me doing YouTube in the first place, is I couldn't really go get a job anymore, and I got 2 gaming channels, and I recently started an audio and tech channel where I do reviews on, audio and tech products and stuff. So, but yeah, it's hard, man. Doing YouTube is hard. I mean, between the 3 channels, I probably spend 10 to 15 hours per day, which is more work than a full-time job. And I mean, it's great and all, but it's low money per hour when you look at the amount you make to how much you put in, but still, it's an income. So I appreciate all of you guys watching my videos and hanging out with me on the streams and stuff. I really do. Thank you guys. Dark, what's up, buddy? David, no hablo español, but hola. Lynx or Skyros, what is better? You can't compare those 2 bots. I mean, Skyros is a ball that rolls around and annoys people and sets on beacons. Lynx is like a brawling assassin type of robot, so I don't think you can compare them at all. I mean, I guess it depends on what you're trying to do with it, right? I mean, if you're playing free-for-all, I would say the Lynx is by far the better robot. If you're playing beacon games, I would say the Skyros is going to be better for holding beacons. But if you're just trying to get kills and damage, then the Lynx is going to be better. So it really just depends on what you're doing with it. Rofson, what's up, buddy? Yeah, man, thank you. Thanks for watching my stuff. I appreciate it. Epic Gamer, hello, hello. He's late to the stream. Man, we just got this thing started, so you're not that late. You're all good, my friend. But yeah, I actually lay down when I stream since I can't sit in my chair. That's why my cam is different and looks like crap. I'm laying down here, so check this out. You can't tell, but look, I'm laying in bed. If I could sit in my chair for 2 hours straight, I would stream from my chair, but yep, that's why I have a crappy camera over here. I got this little camera on like a little movable boom arm thingy over here that goes over my bed, and I got the microphone mounted on my little dresser there, but yeah. It works, right? It works. Gregrino, what's up, buddy? Wagner, hey, what's up? Nice to see you guys. Nimble, hello, hello. Nimble wants to know if I can still do the tricks with the helicopter. All right, I used to fly RC helicopters and even enter in competitions. Like I had a big helicopter that was about 5 foot from nose to tail. They can fly upside down and do all kinds of crazy tricks. I used to fly those in competitions and stuff, but I don't know, I haven't done it in years. Like I stopped doing it eventually because number one, it was a very expensive hobby and I couldn't really afford it anymore. And then now since I have the autoimmune disease, I mean, I can't really get out and do much of anything, so I don't fly anything anymore. But it is what it is, you know? That's all I gotta say. It is what it is. But I could probably still do a lot of them. Like, I would be very rusty and very nervous if I picked up an RC helicopter again, because it's probably been about 7 years since I've flown one. Now I can still fly the RC planes or the drones really well, but see, the thing with like RC helicopters is they want to crash. It's like trying to balance a ping pong ball on the center of a ping pong paddle, to where the airplanes and the drones, they want to fly, to where the helicopters want to crash. So helicopters are about 1,000,000 times harder. Like 1,000,000 times harder. It's crazy. Jake, what's up, man? Jake says, do you join either Camelot or ninjutsu fight during weekends? What is Camelot or ninjutsu fight, my friend? I have no idea. Says we got Manny Gaming. Hello, hello. Dark says, I missed last stream. I was really busy working on my house. Gotta be moving out soon. Ah, working on your house. That's cool, though. You know, the last stream I was actually playing the Indra. I know you were asking about the Indra. So, I was playing it on the last stream. You missed it. You missed it. What's up, Freddy? How's it going? Epic Gamer says, since I won the Pathfinder from Predator's giveaway, what's good free-to-play weapons for it? Alright, so I think it's a really good support robot. And Pulsars would be a good choice to help lock people down, to help your teammates out. Or I think the Blight Hazard type of weapons would be really good on it as well. Those would be my two choices right there. Or if you actually want to play at a really close distance, if you want to play it up close, maybe a set of shotguns would be really good for it, or the new electric weapons. But when you first get that thing, you kind of want to just want to hang back and use it to mark people. And then when you get a couple of stacks built up from yourself or your teammates getting kills and assists, then that robot becomes pretty durable, and then you can go out and fight. So I prefer to have a good 500 or 600 meter weapon on that. Hey man, hello, what's up my friend? Rafson, what's going on? He says, what are you playing on, by the way, bro? I'm just thinking I want to play like that. Alright, so when I'm making videos, I'm usually playing on a emulator on my PC called LD Player. Like, it's a real giant pain in the butt to try and make videos off of a phone, in my opinion. So if you can do it off the computer, it's way better. But if you're an Android player, you can get something called LD Player. Or if you want to actually play War Robots on the PC, on a PC platform, there's Steam and there's My Games, but you can't transfer your Android account or iOS account to one of the PC platforms. But there are two PC platforms available for this game, or you can play your Android account on the emulator. Ah, Jake says it's a retro game. Yeah, I've never actually heard of it. So it's where you play against robots, huh? Kind of cool. Sounds interesting. Ellen, what's going on? Hello, hello. Dark says also a rebalance is coming soon. There's a bunch of fake rebalance notes going around that are not true. Now I know there's going to be a module rework coming out. We don't know what they're going to be doing to the modules. So they will be rebalancing the modules. They're going to be adding this weird deal to your clan where your clan now has buildings. And it's going to give you another currency, but it's a currency that you can, supposedly you're not going to be able to buy it. You just earn it from playing. And then you can level up these clan buildings so you can earn more resources if you're in a good clan. So that sounds pretty interesting. So I mean, in a way, those are rebalances, but there's also a fake list of nerfs and buffs going around. There's actually several fake lists of nerfs and buffs that people made up, and they're just putting that out there to scare people or freak people out. So be careful who you listen to when you see some of these nerf and buff lists going around. Manny says, use Ultimate Spectre with Orkins. Alright, so when I'm doing a question and answer gameplay, or live streams I should say, this is just pre-recorded gameplay because I can't focus on reading everything and playing at the same time. So this is gameplay from probably like a year ago, my guess would be. Ultimate Spectre with the Ultimate Orkins is actually a really good, really fun robot. I really do enjoy that though. It's a lot of fun. Alright, Nimble says, did you try the links with ultimate lockdown weapons? I assume you're talking about the ultimate shotguns, right? Like the glories? Links with ultimate glories will knock your socks off. That is a nasty, 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 nasty build. Anything that's got ultimate glories or ultimate shotguns that can get close to you will destroy you so fast. It's insane. Like insane! Right now I'm working on a Mars video. So the other day I asked what people wanted to see build videos for the most. And the first person said Mars, and I had a few people ask for Mars recently. So I'm currently doing a Mars build video, and I'm going to tell you what, that thing is squishy. Like, you're going to see me play in a very different way than I normally play, because if you don't play the Mars very, very tactically, it dies. It just dies. So I don't really like playing like that because it's not fun for me, but you can play the Mars if you're really careful with it. I had several good games with it, but I had to stop brawling with it. I had to stop getting up in people's faces. I just had to really use cover and use tactics to keep it alive. And like, I'm good at that type of gameplay, but I don't enjoy it. It's not fun for me. So, but probably tomorrow I'll be posting a Mars video, and then I'll be looking at the other stuff that people wanted to see builds and try and figure out if there's like a certain robot or a certain robot that the most people want, and then I'll kind of go off of that. I'm sure there's like a million people saying Cossacks. What up, Atypical? How you doing today? Nice to see ya. Alright, TRJL says, Danny the Fafnir with full something skills is insane. I'll tell you what, Fafnir is a very hard robot to play, but I think if you get the hang of it, it's actually really fun. But it's not easy to play at all. Like, I think it's a really hard robot to play, but I'm a big fan of it though, honestly. I mean, I like the Fafnir, but it dies so easy once you go up in the air. Alright, buddy. You keep asking me about the golden toilet, my friend, and I don't even know what the golden toilet is. I guess that's something on Pbug Mobile, but I have no idea what a golden toilet is. I don't know what you would be better off with, my friend. I have no idea. I don't know anything about no golden toilets, but I guess I would say spend the money on the one you want the most, right? Would you rather get the stuff out of the leaderboards, or would you rather have a golden toilet on your other game? I don't know. Mech says the Mars is squishy. It gets one shot killed with the crisis. Yeah. It's very hard to keep alive. Especially if somebody has shield breaker, man, it goes down like a ton of bricks. Dark Matter says the golden toilet keeps making me laugh. Me too. What's up, King of War? How's Revenant? Revenant is excellent. There's only one problem with the Revenant. I feel like you have to have a fully maxed out pilot on the Revenant with all the durability and shield skill. Well, maybe not the shield skills, but you need the speed and durability skills. Revenant's kind of an expensive robot to do well with, because if you don't max the pilot and you don't have the right modules and drone and stuff on it, the Revenant dies really easily. But once you get it built correctly and you learn when to time the abilities correctly, the Revenant's actually extremely good. White Boys in Champion League. Awesome. Congratulations, man. Nimble says, something must be a lot of reading for 2 hours. If you're talking to me, yes. And being a dyslexic guy who can't read well, it sucks. But you know what, typical, I really don't know what a golden toilet is, but I think if there was a golden toilet in the game I was playing, I would probably want to get it. I would probably want the golden toilet just because it's funny, whatever it is. AJ says, I wanted to ask related to a giveaway. Somebody asked us to guess the amount of frozen scoring components he had, and how much. So how much would be the closest in your opinion? AJ, I really don't know what you're talking about, my friend. So you're saying a YouTuber has a giveaway and he just wants you to guess how many components he currently has for something? I mean, how much would be the closest? I don't know what you mean by that. By how much would be the closest, my friend. Can you kind of rephrase that? Because I don't quite understand. I mean, you're saying he had like 658, so if somebody had like 657 or 659, I guess that would be the closest. But yeah, I don't quite understand the question, I guess. I'm sorry. TR said he meant speed skills. Yeah, speed skills are very important though. You want to have a lot of speed, right? On Titans, I don't care so much about speed, but regular robots, I do like to have a lot of speed. But there's another thing. Sometimes you're adding speed, but it also reduces your durability, or it reduces your damage. So you do gotta think, you know, can I afford to lose some durability on this robot to add a few more speed, or can I afford to lose some damage to add more speed? So you gotta watch out on some of the speed skills, but generally on certain robots I try to run as much speed as possible, as long as I think the robot's still gonna be durable or deal plenty of damage afterwards. Hey Smiley, what's up buddy? Edward in the house. The Goat says, I just started playing War Robots. Can I have a robot, please? Alright, so YouTubers cannot send you robots, right? If there's a giveaway on YouTube, that's because the people who created the game decided to make a giveaway and let us YouTubers do it. So when we have a giveaway, we have to give the winners to them and they send the prizes out. The YouTubers cannot just send you stuff anytime they want. I probably get asked about 50 times a week if I can just give people stuff, and unfortunately, we can't. AJ, man, I could not tell you how many frozen scoring components somebody else has. I mean, it could be 20, it could be 300,000. I don't know, man. I guess your guess is as good as mine, honestly. I mean, I really don't know, man. That's one of those things where you just kind of have to take a guess and hope you get it. But you're saying he used to have 650. If he had 658, now he probably has maybe a little more. Man, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you on that one. That's not a question I can really answer. Peregrino says, suppose I win a giveaway, for example, the Inferno giveaway on one channel, but if I also win on another channel, do I get 2 Infernos? Okay, so I think you will get both. I'm not sure. Now, if Pixonic realizes, oh, this guy won twice, they might only send you one, so I think it depends on whether or not they catch it first. I think sometimes they will send out both because they won't realize or they won't notice. Other times they'll be like, oh, okay, he won twice, we're just going to send him one. So it could go either way. I'm not 100% sure, honestly. But I do know there have been people that won from two different channels and they have received both prizes. So you might get both. I can't guarantee it though. Alright, so Manny Gaming says, what's the best ultimate and special robots? I'm not 100% sure that there's a really a best. Best kind of depends on your playing style and your game mode and what you're trying to do with it, but in my opinion, the best ultimate robot is probably the ultimate Fenrir. It is very hard to kill if you build it correctly. The ultimate Fenrir is crazy durable. Now, best special robot, man, that's a very hard one to answer because there's a lot of special edition robots. I would say right now, one of the current best special edition robots would be the special edition Ochikochi. The special edition Ochikochi is one of the top robots in the game right now, but there's a lot of variables in finding out what's the best and what's going to work for you currently, so that is a little bit hard to answer. Edward says, I have not so good luck on giveaways. Unfortunately, it's really hard to win those things. There's thousands of people that enter sometimes, and I'll tell you what, I mean, it's not easy to win those giveaways, you know. Now, the way Pixonic works the giveaways is one of our requirements is to pick everybody 100% randomly. So it's like throwing like 1,000 or 20,000 names into a hat and pulling out 200 or something like that. You know what I mean? So it is really hard to win those things. What's my best robot? Alright, so in my opinion, the best robot that I currently have on my personal account would be the Curry. I think the Curry is currently the best robot in the game. The Curry or the Ultimate Fenrir are probably the two best in the game right now. Curry is the most fun and it's extremely good. Mech says Noir Shenlao. No, the Shenlaos are awesome. What about it though, Mech? Did I miss a question somewhere? Shenlao is a great little robot. It dies really easy, but man, they are fun to play. Ataku, what's going on, buddy? Nice to see ya. White Boy says it's okay, bro. You gotta pay attention to who you're fighting and not run in on them. Oh, I don't have it on live chat. I'm probably missing certain comments, guys. I'm sorry. It was on top chat, so it's only showing me some of the comments. So if I miss anybody's comments there, I'm sorry. I don't know why YouTube does that. You'd think they would realize, hey, if I'm live streaming, I'm the streamer, I want to see all the comments. I don't know why it always sets it to top comments. So then if you forget to change it, then you only see some of them. It's kind of dumb. It should be automatically set to all comments, not some comments, but that's just my opinion, I guess. Alright, so LMAO says, should I invest in microchip deals? Well, drones are important things to have. Unfortunately, they're kind of expensive to upgrade, but I mean, it might cost you somewhere between $20 and $50 to upgrade a drone, because it takes about 1,000 microchips roughly to upgrade a drone. But you definitely, if you have a really good drone, you definitely want to upgrade it if you can. So, I mean, if I were going to spend money on this game, the things I would look at buying would be operations passes that give you the resources, and the operations passes that give you the data pads. I would look at buying VIP. I would look at buying a little bit of gold, a little bit of memoriam, and only if I had to, like if I really needed to level up a drone, then I would look at maybe buying the microchips. But now, if I was a new player, I think the first things I would focus on would be buying some of those Mark II deals where you get the robots and the weapons for like $10 or $15 or $20, all Mark II. I mean, that's going to be one of the best things you're gonna get, because if it's a good robot with good weapons, that's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of resources. So those are great deals. But if you are spending money, you just got to make sure you put it in the right spots, because you don't want to buy stuff that's not really worth your money, right? Make sure whatever you're buying is something you actually need, and it's something that's actually going to be useful and help you out. Because if you buy the wrong thing, you're kind of throwing money in the trash. You know what I'm saying? D7K, what's up? What's up, buddy? Afsim Gamer, hey, hey. Awesome to see you guys. Alright, so what is the most valuable free-to-play robot? The most valuable free-to-play robot. So right now, the best robots that you can build out of the workshop, in my opinion, would be Fenrir, Invader, maybe Skyros if you like that playstyle. I think the Typhon is an excellent robot to build. Harpy can be pretty good to build. I'm trying to remember what else is in there. For some people, a Raven can be a really good robot, but Raven's not for everybody. Revenant is excellent if you can afford to max it out and get all the bells and whistles on it. There's a lot of good things in there, but each person has a different playing style. So it depends on if you're a brawler, if you're a beacon runner, if you're trying to hold beacons, or you're playing team deathmatch. There's a lot of variables as to what's going to work best for you, honestly. Best Titan. Alright, so right now I think Eiffel is one of the best Titans in the game. I think Luchador and Indra are both really, really good Titans. I would say Luchador, Indra, Eiffel, Bedware, and for some people, if they get the hang of playing it, not everybody's going to be good with it, but for some people, the Minos is going to be a really good Titan. And the Rook is also excellent, so there's quite a few good ones. Man, a game is a spelling mistake. Oh, don't worry about spelling mistakes, man. I'm dyslexic, so unless you spell it really messed up, I'll probably never even notice anyway. I can't spell either. All right. Where are we at? What's up, Rainbow Spirit? How you doing today? All right, so Rainbow on the question and answer games. I'm not actually playing the game. This is just some pre-recorded gameplay. These streams are about answering questions, so that's just something for you guys to look at while I'm answering people's questions. I'm not actually playing, but if you're talking about Eiffel with the blinding weapons like the lanterns and stuff, that's actually a pretty good setup. I've recently played that and I do like it. Oh my god, Sloppy Skyrose says we need a Titan version of the Skyrose. That would be, no, we don't. You would not be able to kill that, man. That would be like the unkillable Titan. It would just set on a beacon and it would, like, run you over. That would be a terrible thing to have. No, thank you. Alright, so Other says, hey Danny, how am I supposed to get the Paladin Mothership without paying and the durability extender too? So what I've noticed is recently, the only way you can get Motherships is out of the ultimate luck. It doesn't look like they're giving us a lot of good ways to get Motherships without spending some sort of money. Now, at the moment, that's how it currently is. It's possible that they could change, but as of right now, I don't really see any other good way to get the Motherships right now. So they're making it really hard to get Motherships. Now, like I said, that may change. I mean, another update or two, they could offer them in some other ways, but does anybody else know of any other ways to get Motherships right now other than Ultimate Luck? Because that's the only place I've actually noticed them. D7K. What about the Mothership? New nodule for Mothership, your opinion. I'm not really sure what you're referring to, buddy. New modules for Motherships? Sorry, my friend. I didn't see AD's Gaming's video today, so I'm not 100% sure what you're referring to there. TR wants to know how old I am. Like, you know, we discussed this the other day. I'm only 12 years old, man. I'm 12. I'm 12. I forget where that came from, but there was some weird discussion about age, so I just started telling people I was 12. So I'm sticking with that. I don't remember what I kind of wish I had a better memory, because why did I start telling people I was 12? I don't know. It was pretty funny from what I remember, but I don't know. I'm probably older than most people think. Question: how old do you think I am? I'm interested to hear. Some people are like, "Oh, you look like you're 20." Some people told me I look like I'm 50. Like, well, I'm definitely not 50 yet, but. White Boy says I still use the Orion. I mean, that's a great damage Mothership. Northlight's good for healing. I mean, most of the older Motherships are good if you like the module slots. Edward says the older Motherships. Oh, yeah. Some of the Motherships are in the chest. Thank you, buddy. I forgot about that. Yeah, the black market key chest. There are Motherships in there. I don't remember which ones, but you might want to look through there and see if there's any Motherships you want in those key chests. Thank you, my friend. I totally forgot about that. Manny Gaming says best support robot. I would say right now the best support is going to be the brand new Pathfinder. That's a really good support. I mean, if you use the Harpy correctly, it can be a good support. If you use the Typhon correctly, that's a good support. I think the Kepri can be a really good support robot as well. Mender can be a good support if you're good with it. There's a lot of good support robots out there, really. Sloppy Skyro says I'm probably 60. Oh, man. Gamer says I'm 69. Man, you guys. Pagrino says 30 to 40s. Gosh darn it, I told you guys, I'm only 12. Oh, that's a fake beard. I just glue it on. Yeah, 12 years old with a fake white beard that I glue on. White Boy said he's around my age. Alright, so best attack robot. I think that one's really going to boil down to personal preference, but probably the Curry. In my opinion, probably Curry. White boy says I'm 41. Yeah, I'm in my 40s. I actually don't know if I'm 44, 45, 46, something like that. I don't pay attention to birthdays, but we'll just say I'm probably about 45, give or take a year. I don't know. Epic Gamer says I'm over 12,000 years old. Ah, man. Nathan is 36. I wish I could go back to being 12 again, honestly. I would love to go back to being like 12. Maybe like 15. 12's a little bit young, but... Portugal said, would you max a Kestrel drone or Hiroko? I personally like the Hiroko better than the Kestrel drone, but I think that would depend on the robot. There might be a couple robots where I would rather play the Kestrel, but I like them both a lot, so I think that will be personal preference and the choice of which robot you're playing. TR says, I'm only 13. Edward says, I'm a bit older than you, Danny. Ah, best robot to counter Curry. Man. There's really nothing to counter Curry. Curry's a beast. I mean, the truth is, if you got something durable with a lot of firepower, just keep shooting it. Even an Eiffel can have a hard time taking a Curry down once it's all charged up, so... Curry's a very hard robot to deal with. But I guess the best way to destroy a Curry is with the new Tesla weapons, like the Feng Bow type of weapons. Those do a lot of damage to stuff. So if you have a really durable robot, Feng Bow weapons. Ultimate shotguns do a lot of damage to a Curry. And the Ultimate Punisher T and Ultimate Avengers do a lot of damage to a Curry. But they're very, very, very hard to kill. Curry is like the ultra tank right now. Ravana, alright, so Adaku thinks the Ravana can counter the Curry. If you're really, 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 really good at timing the abilities on the Ravana, you can definitely give the Curry a run for its money. So yeah, I mean, Curry is hard to deal with, but a good Ravana player can do great with that thing. White Boy says they need to nerf the Curry. I'm sure that's coming pretty soon. More than likely, when the next robot comes out, they'll probably nerf the Curry a little bit. Alright, what do I think about the Raz doors? I think the reload time is way too long. I like the weapons, but I really don't like the reload. I mean, the weapons are great, but what is it, like a 16-second or 17-second reload or something? That kind of kills the weapon off for me. So if you're only playing that robot from a distance and you use a lot of cover and stuff, and you can sit back there and let those things recharge, they will work just fine on the Pathfinder. They'll work great on the Siren or Harpy. On some robots, they're still very playable, but you got to have a lot of patience to let those things reload. Alright, Nathan Carr says, you know what makes me so mad about the game, honestly? What's that, my friend? Probably a lot of things. I notice a lot of things make a lot of people mad about the game, so... you'll have that. Nimble wants an ultimate hover. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Jake says, most of my clanmates are way older than me. I'm 29. Yeah, there's a lot of old guys. I mean, we actually got some guys that are in their 60s and 70s that play this game. So... I think most of the people I play with are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. Yeah, there's a lot of older guys playing. There's also a lot of younger kids as well, but... Nimble says something about Titan Might with a blackout. So if I miss anybody's comments, I'm sorry. There's always a lot of trying to answer, and the comments scroll by, so... I try and read as many of these as I can, but if I do miss something, you know, feel free to ask again in a couple minutes. Just don't spam it over and over and over. As far as how to kill an Eiffel, just shoot at it, especially when it's on the ground. The Eiffel is a lot more squishy on the ground. So use cover, wait for it to land, and then attack it, and it'll go down a lot further. And also, you want to kill a Titan as soon as it drops in before it can get its repair amplifiers charged up. So, the second a Titan drops in, you know, if it's an Eiffel, when it drops in, start shooting it. When it goes up in the air, stop shooting it. When it lands, attack it and kill it. I guess that's the best way to get rid of an Eiffel, but if you have another Titan, it's much easier to deal with. Nimble says something about a Titan with a blackout. Yeah, blackout's a really good skill, actually. A lot of people add some of the skills that give the Titan more speed or damage, but take away the ability, though. Alright, so Akatu thinks the Raven can counter the Curry. I think the Raven's going to have a really hard time, because it does die very easily. Now, if the Curry's got anti-stealth, it's going to wreck the Raven. But a Raven can definitely do some good damage to a Curry with a good Raven player. But Raven's not easy to play. I think there's a lot of people out there. Most people that have Ravens aren't very good at playing it, in my opinion. TR says, do I realize that the Sirius has the most health in the game? Does it? I don't know. I never really paid much attention to that, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised, though. Sirius is a good Titan. One thing I notice is a lot of people do not like playing the Sirius. It's definitely a robot that people don't like. But it's actually a really good robot. I like the Sirius personally. I don't play it very much, but I like it. Every time I play it, as long as you got some good pilot skills and good modules on it, the Sirius is a very good Titan. But the problem is, it's really slow and it gets stuck on everything because it's so big and wide. Argentina WR, how you doing today? Nice to see ya. How's your day going? LMAO says Warwatch is mostly middle-aged people. I wouldn't say that, man. There's a lot of kids that play, but when you get up into the bigger clans, the Champion League players that have been playing for a long time, those are mostly like older people, I think. I know somebody was wanting to ask some sort of a question. I don't know if I missed it or not. I'm sorry if I did. I forget who was going to ask what, but yeah, I got a terrible memory. Ashes, thank you so much for the donation, buddy. Hopefully, I think you heard what I said about killing the Eiffel, right? It's not easy to kill, but I think something with the bendy bullets or the flamethrowers are going to do the most damage to it. Epic says he did not notice it all FR. I'm not 100% sure what you're referring to there. But I would love an ultimate hover. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Edward says the reload time is a major factor when choosing which weapons to use. So yeah, I mean, these days most weapons have somewhere between a 3-second, 5-second, and 10-second reload time, right? 10 seconds is too long in my opinion. For example, if the Punisher and Punisher T's had a 8-second reload or a 5-second reload, I would still run those on so many things because they're such good weapons. But that 10-second reload is way too long. Now the weapons that have a 12 or a 15 or like a 18 or a 30-second reload, that's awful. Like anything over 10 is awful. I mean, I can deal with a 10 even though I don't like it. But if it's over 10, no thank you. That's way too much. Alright, so Racialized Canadian wants to know, is the ultimate Destier worth leveling? For me, yes. For me, it was worth leveling because I really enjoy playing it. It's a fun robot, it's pretty good, and I really like it. Only problem is it's going to cost you about 1 billion silver to upgrade. If you happen to get the pilot, that pilot costs you almost 100,000 gold to upgrade. And you're not going to get the third built-in weapon unless you have at least the pilot and one ultimate ion. So you have to have the pilot and a ultimate ion to unlock the special pilot. So I don't know if it's going to be worth it to you. I mean, it depends on if you've got a bunch of extra resources. I had 10 billion resources. So what I find is from between the operations pass and just playing, about every 2 months, I make about 1 billion resources. And that's without buying any silver. I don't buy any silver, but I do get some silver from the operations pass. And I do play the game for, between just playing for fun and doing game footage in the live streams, I probably play somewhere between 2 and 4 hours per day, depending on the day. Some days I play for 2 hours, some days I might end up with 4 to 5 hours of gameplay, depending on if I'm live streaming and recording or if I'm just playing to play, you know what I mean? But if you've got the resources, it's worth it, I think. But it's a very, very expensive weapon to level up. Intuition, what's up, man? Fintuition says game leavers should all be punished. They do get punished eventually. So this game has something called low priority queue, and every time you leave a game, you earn a couple of low priority points. If you leave too many games in a row, you earn enough low priority points, they put you down in the low priority queue. And when you're down there, it takes like 7, 10, sometimes like 15 minutes just to drop into a game. And you're not able to choose game modes. You just have to play quick match. And it sucks. It's a horrible place to be. You have to like play, once you're in there, you have to play something like 40 or 50 games in a row without leaving in order to get out of it. So they do punish the leavers. People leaving games do eventually end up down in low priority if they leave enough games. Nathan says, I spent so much money in 10 years and got nowhere. 2K probably. So you spent about, so you said you spent about, so you're saying you spent about $2,000 and you've never got anywhere in the game? I'm sorry to hear that, my man. I don't know if you're spending money on the wrong things, or maybe you need to take a look at your hangar, figure out the best robots and weapons and just put those on there and stick to those, and maybe try to relearn your playing style. Maybe you can try to learn to play a little more tactically, learn to use cover more. I mean, I don't really know what your game style is, how you play, what mode you're playing, or what you have, but you can take a decent set of robots with decent weapons, and if you learn to play more tactically, as long as you have a good team, you can have a lot of fun and do well in this game. But it does take all 6 players on the team to do well as well, so that's something to think about. If you've got a good team to back you, you can even go in there with some subpar stuff and still do well on some games. So But sometimes there's a lot of players that just need to learn to play a little differently and then they can start doing better. But I don't really know what your situation is. So those are just some things to think about or small suggestions, because I'm not really sure what's happening for you or what you bought or, you know, how you play. So Portugal says, I am 62. Yep. We got people of all ages playing this thing. Like Bubbles is here. I don't know if Bubbles is still here, but you know, I'm not really sure how old he is. We got some kids in our clan, like you know, little camels. One thing that's cool is we have like little camels and big camels, you know. It's a father and son that play with us, and sometimes, you know, sometimes little camels is playing the account, sometimes big camels is playing the account. So there's people of all ages in this game, which is cool. All right, so Ian, what's up, buddy? He says, what's the best for curry, Subduer or Jotun? God, what is a Jotun? I don't know if you typed that out wrong, or maybe one of the new weapons is called a Jotun. I actually don't know what the new weapons are called. That's terrible. I know what one of them is called, but I don't know about the other two because they're spelled funny and I don't know how to pronounce them. You know what? Let me open the game and look. I don't know how to say them or read them or pronounce them, so I didn't learn the name on two of those new weapons. They got some, those are the weirdest named weapons I've ever seen. So yeah, let me take a look at those. That's bad. Most of the weapons I've at least had an idea of how to pronounce or spell, but these ones, oh my god. I have no idea. Racialized says, thanks, Danny. Sure. Intuition says, instant LPQ would roll. Yeah, I'm not sure how many games you actually have to leave in a row, but people do eventually get stuck down there. Let me look at the name of those weapons really quick. Maybe you're talking about one of the new weapons, or maybe it was a typo. There's so many weapons. There's a few hundred weapons in the game now. It's hard to remember the name of everything. Like, I'm starting to have a hard time remembering what's the medium and heavy and light of a weapon. There's just so many of them now, and my memory's terrible. Alright, so Jotun, so that is the new ice weapon, okay. So the new ice weapons are really good weapons. Like, they're super good. I like them a lot. They're a little bit weird to play. Okay, they take a minute to get used to. They're weird, but they do a lot of damage and they're super good weapons. I mean, if you have the new weapons like the Jotuns, they're excellent on almost any robot. I mean, when you're at distance, you can use them to lob up over stuff. When you're at close range, you can shoot straight like a normal weapon. And they freeze people, they slow people down, they're just really good weapons. So if you have those, I would suggest trying those out, because I think most people are really going to like them once they get used to the weapon. They've got a weird feeling to them. Like, those weapons have a really weird feel. I don't like the way they feel, but they get a lot of kills and they do a lot of damage. So even though I don't enjoy playing them, I do play them because they're good. Query Z says, can I have a channel shout out? Alright, so Query Z, I guess you're looking to get a shout out for your YouTube channel, huh? Maybe check out Query Z on YouTube, guys and gals. Thank you, thank you. Nathan says, what makes me so mad is spending $2,000 over the 10 years and getting nowhere. Ah, gotcha. I don't know, man. I'm not sure what your hanger looks like, but if you're not doing well with your best stuff, maybe just try and play it differently, like I was saying earlier. But $2,000 in 10 years, I mean, how much is that per year if you look at it that way? A couple $100. How much is that per year? I mean, you can also kind of look at it that way. I mean, hobbies do cost money, right? Some people go out and play golf and spend $500,000 a year just to join a country club. Or spend like $1,000 for one golf club, you know what I mean? There's a lot of... Uh-oh, did my phone just die? Ah, crap, my phone battery died. Darn it! My phone died! But hobbies cost money, so I mean, $2,000 in 10 years for a hobby isn't horrible when you really look at the cost of some hobbies, so at least you can look at it that way, right? That's how I would try and look at it if I were you. I mean, I know that's a lot of money. $2,000 is a lot of money. But, I mean, that's over a 10-year period. And in this game, though, there's things that change a lot. So, you kind of got to be willing to lose money that you spend on hobbies. Even if you're making investments, I mean, you could go out and you could spend $10,000 on the stock market, and you could lose all of that and not even had any enjoyment or any fun with it. So don't spend money that you can't afford to lose. I don't care if it's on a hobby, if it's on the stock market, if it's on crypto. You know, you got to just remember, if you're spending money on a game or on anything else, that money is going to be gone, and you know, you're at least going to get some enjoyment out of it when you're spending on a game, or if you're buying an item or something, right? Well, I'm sure you spent way more than $2,000 in the last 10 years on things like food, which, personally, I hate spending food. I'm just trying to make you feel a little better here. Hopefully it's working. Hopefully it works. I don't know, but like, I can't even imagine how much money I've probably had to spend in food on the last 10 years, and that's not something I enjoy. That's just some junk I eat. I mean, sure, it might taste good, but I wish we didn't have to eat, right? My screen is black and there's no gameplay showing? Oh, hold on a sec. Thank you, I wasn't looking at the streaming software. Let me fix that. My video must have ended. Alright, glad you said something. My video ended. Some of those videos I have are like an hour long. I gotta hit the loop button, that way it restarts the gameplay video. Andrew said, did you hear about power cells going away? Andrew, no, I haven't heard that, and I would be very surprised if that were true, because I know one of the big things they make money on are power cells. Like, they make a huge amount of money from people buying power cells. Now, honestly, I think it would be amazing if power cells went away, but I honestly don't think they're going to. What do you guys think? Did anybody else hear about this? I mean, unless Pixonic actually announced that, I'm not going to believe it, right? There's a lot of different nerf and buff lists and people saying this and people saying that going around that are not true, so I'm guessing that's probably just a rumor somebody made up. But if Pixonic actually announced that, that would be amazing. I mean, I would love to see power cells go away. Like, I would love to see power cells go away. I currently have like 2.4 million power cells or something, but if they just remove them from the game, I wouldn't be upset that I lost them, because, you know, power cells are something that we do have to have. Now, before they did the change, there was a big change on power cells where you could no longer buy them with game resources. I think you have to buy them with real money now. Like, I used to buy these gold deals where back in the day they would have these great deals where you could get like 80,000 gold for $4 or 80,000 gold for $2. Sometimes it was seriously as low as $2 or $3. Sometimes it would be like $5 or $6, but I used to buy those all the time when they popped up, and I spent all that gold on power cells before they made the change, so I ended up with like 2.4 million power cells. So I'm not going to run out of any of them anytime soon. Ron said, did you see Adrian went Living Legend multiple times with the leech? He must have been fighting bronze leaguers. You saw what happened when I played the Leech, right? He must have been fighting bronze leaguers. That's all I can say. I don't know, maybe he played it differently, but I did not have luck with the Leech. Adrian's a good player. Maybe he's a good Leech player. I am not a good Leech player. But I honestly think your average person is going to have a really hard time playing the Leech. But I really don't think they're going to get rid of power cells, my friend. Ron says, I was waiting for the next game vid. Edward says, hobbies cost money. Yes, they do. Just for fun. What's up, my man? A Mugi or Skyrose for beacon running. Oh man, so Skyrose is basically going to sit there on a beacon and do nothing and push people around and be really annoying. I think the Skyrose is better for holding a beacon and getting to a beacon quickly, but a Mugi is a much funner, more interesting, just a better robot in general. I mean, the Skyrose is probably better for holding beacons down, but the one thing that's cool about the Amugi, let's just say you're on comms with your team, and you can say, hey, I'm going right to center beacon with my Amugi, and then your teammates can just hang back in the spawn and stand in your teleport, and then teleport right into the center as soon as you get there. So it depends on the situation. If you're playing with a good team who takes advantage of the Amugi's teleports, the Amugi in a lot of ways is going to be better. If you're playing with a bunch of randoms, probably the Skyrose, but with the Skyrose you're not going to be able to get any kills or damage. So that's a hard one to answer because they're very, very different robots, and in different situations they're going to do better. But hopefully what I said there gives you something to think about, because they're both great. I would rather play the Amugi than the Skyrose any day, because the Skyrose is boring. The Skyrose is a boring robot. It just sits there and it rolls around, and it's not a fun robot to play unless you really enjoy trolling people with it. But it is a good robot. But yeah, I would rather play the Amugi myself. Alright, Brandon Eller, what's up, my friend? He says, should I get a Rook Titan? I would say yes. Rook is very, very good right now if you build it properly. Wait, AD Gaming said power cells were going away? I don't know where I got that information from. I'm going to have to go watch that video later. Someone else mentioned something about AD had some big news today, and I haven't seen his video yet, but I will go watch it after the stream. I would watch it on the stream with you guys, but I would get a copyright strike for playing it on the stream, so I can't. Nimble says, did you try Dagon with overheating lasers? Added Otaki and the overheating pilot? No, but even with that pilot, I think they still overheat too long. But I haven't played that on the Dagon. Have you tried it? So if AD Gaming said the power cells were going away, I wonder where he got that information from. That's interesting. It's a lot more credible coming from AD, but there's still a chance he may have got some bad information. So, not to knock AD, I love AD, I think he's a great YouTuber, but I have seen several times where he gave out some information and it did not end up being correct. Sometimes he gets great information, and sometimes somebody tells him something and it ends up being incorrect. So I'm not sure if that's true or not. It very well could be. It's more likely to be true if AD said it, but I have seen him, say something that was a little incorrect from time to time. I'm not knocking AD at all, man. I love the guy. I love the guy's channel. I think he's a great YouTuber. But every once in a while, everybody makes mistakes. There's probably been stuff on my channel before that I gave out that was unfortunately incorrect. So we all do make mistakes from time to time, but when I see Pixonic announce it, that's when I believe it fully. When Pixonic comes out and says, hey, we're getting rid of power cells, then I'm going to be like, yay! But if I see other YouTubers YouTubers announce that and I haven't heard Pixonic say it, I'm going to say, I hope that's right. You know what I mean? I'm going to be hopeful about the situation, but I'm still going to be a little skeptical, if that makes sense. Kron says something about 4 ultimate ions. On the leech, I'm guessing? That would probably be really good on the leech. Yeah, ultimate ions are brutal. I mean, if you had 4 of them, 2 of them is strong, 3 of them is strong, but I think 4 of them, I don't know what it is, but when you have 4 medium weapons on any robot, 4 mediums is powerful. Like 4 mediums is super powerful. So a really strong weapon on there, and there's 4 of them, yeah, that would be pretty darn good. But yeah, I'm going to have to go watch his video after the stream. I'm really interested to hear what he has to say now, because whether he's right or wrong, I still want to hear what he had to say. That's interesting. Edward says the Meta Leech is long gone. Yeah, I agree. Leech is a pretty good robot, but you have to play it. You gotta play it accordingly to how squishy it is. And I have a hard time with those squishy robots because they don't fit my playing style. Yeah, just found a Moogie with the Moogie with the 2 immune amplifiers. And if there's a Pathfinder on your team and you can get a couple of stacks from the Pathfinder, the speed you can get out of a Moogie is sick. It's like a jet plane going zoom, wheel, zoom, wow. I know, I'm cheesy. I know I'm lame, don't make fun of me. Kron says, I hope I get compensated for all my power cells if that happens. I hear you on that one, actually. I don't think it's going to happen, though, but we'll find out. Abdullah, how are you doing today? He says, can you name some free weapons for the cryptic weapon? Do you mean for the cryptic Fenrir, or... I'm not sure what you mean by the cryptic weapon, my friend. If you're asking about the cryptic Fenrir, out of the free weapons for the cryptic Fenrir, I would build a Redeemer and I would build 2 Pulsars. I love that setup. I think a Redeemer and 2 Pulsars, my god, I can't talk. Or a Redeemer and one of those a Redeemer, oh my god. Hold on, let me shut up because all of a sudden I'm tongue twisted. A Redeemer and 2 Pulsars or a radiation weapon and 2 Pulsars is a really fun setup. Or I also think the blast shotguns are really good for the Fenrir if you like playing right up in somebody's face all the time. But I'll tell you what, Redeemer is one of the hardest hitting heavy weapons. You just have to be comfortable only having a 350 meter range to play it. Intuition says power cells get more expensive and less easy to get. Not going anywhere if they don't come up with even more expensive currency. Yeah, I mean, Fintuition, these games are businesses, so their main goal is to make money, right? So they gotta pay the employees, they gotta keep the servers running, they gotta keep developing robots and weapons and everything else. So these games are actually very expensive to keep running. And they also need to make a profit on top of that. I mean, I'm sure they could probably lower some of the prices and they would still make a profit. I would think. I could be wrong. But they are a business and they do need to make money or the game would go away, right? If they weren't making some sort of profit, the game would disappear forever. Like, no game's gonna, put this out there for free if they're not making anything. But I do wish they could keep some of the prices cheaper. But there are a lot of cool things, like in the daily deals, they're offering those cheap Mark II weapon robot combos. I mean, you can level up a pilot for not very much money. There are some things like, I think the drone, the microchips to level your drones, I wish that was less expensive. I wish you could just go in and buy any pilot you wanted all the time. I wish you didn't have to roll to get pilots. I wish you could just go buy a mothership. You know what I mean? There's things I would love to see change, which probably won't. I would love to see power cells disappear. You know, I would love to see them start making like limited edition skins and limited edition paint jobs or something like that. Like, if you look at games like Fortnite, they make a lot of money off just cosmetic items. Fortnite makes a killing off of selling you skins and stuff, right? Imagine if War Robot started just like selling cool paint jobs and cool skins and different paint jobs for your weapons. That would be pretty neat. They could probably remove something like power cells and make a lot of extra money selling you cool stuff instead. And people would buy it. People would buy that stuff. Another thing I wish they would sell is action figures. Like, I would love to have a little Ares action figure or a little Leo action figure, you know, hanging out on my desk or something. That would be cool. I think they could make a fortune off of stuff like that too. But there's just a lot of things I would love to see change in the game. There's certain things I understand why they do it, but there's also a lot of things I would love to see changed, you know? Zaizuga, what's up, buddy? How you doing today? You accidentally slept. You know, if you need your sleep, you know, you need your sleep, right? When I'm tired, I want to go to sleep. So it's all good. Do I still play guitar nimble? Not as much. Like, I still have a really nice electric guitar, but with the nerve and muscle problems from the autoimmune disease, some days just having the guitar strap on my shoulder just sends nerve pain all through my hands, and then it's really hard for me to play. I also have an acoustic. I do pick up the acoustic guitar and play that a little bit here and there because it's lightweight, but I don't play very much anymore, unfortunately. I traded my big 50 pound tube amp for this little teeny guitar amplifier that's like this big, and so I mean I can still play if I want to, but I don't know. I don't really play that much anymore. Gaming YT, what's up, buddy? He says, what is the best pilot for Ochikochi? Ah, man. So there's two different Ochikochi pilots, and I honestly think they're both really good pilots. I think they're both really good. I think it's personal preference as to which one you like better on that. So I'm not really sure that one's better than the other, but you may like one better than the other. I think they're both excellent, so I can't really give you a straight answer on that one because I like them both equally. I think they're both really, really, really good pilots, and I like them both. I mean, the one I'm currently running on mine, like I'm currently running the one that looks like a tiger on mine. The Vepsco, whatever, Vepsco Fortitude, that's the one I like. That, you know, I think that makes it a little bit more durable than the other pilot, but they both have some advantages and disadvantages, and they're both super good. Wipeout, what's up, my friend? Stinger, what's up, buddy? He says, I got a rook from the super chest. Should I use the Vajra or the Varons on it? Alright, so here's the deal, right? Vaha and Maha Vajra do huge amounts of damage at point blank, but they kind of suck from a little bit of a distance. The Varons and the Avoras do great damage up close, but they will do a decent amount of damage from, you know, 300, 400, 500 meters as well. So if you're just trying to play like at point blank, if you're always right up in somebody's face, the Vaha and the Maha Vajras may be the better choice. But if you want something that's going to do nice damage from different distances, go with the Vaha and the Maha Vajras. I mean, I'm sorry, go with the Varons and Avoras. Sorry, I misspoke on that last one, but I personally only really play the Vaha and the Maha Vajras on the Indra. I like those a lot on the Indra, but anything else, I would prefer the Evora type weapons. But that will be personal preference. Nimble says the Fujin plushie, yeah, that's cool and all, but I don't want a little stuffed animal. I want like an actual action figure toy. Like maybe like a foot tall plastic toy or metal toy that can actually like move around, and I don't know, that would just be really cool. Even if it didn't move, it would still be cool. I don't really like the plushies, right? The plushies aren't really my thing, but they are pretty cool. Edward would like to see an Aether action figure. Yeah, that would be cool. Ooh, they could have like the maybe like a 6-inch tall, I don't know, a 6 or an 8-inch tall regular robot, then maybe like a 12 or 14-inch tall like Titan action figure. That would be cool. All right, so Wipeout, the new map is currently only PvE. So after there's a deal going on where they want us to go in there and kill a bunch of spiders. Once the players and warbots kill X amount of spiders, they're going to unlock the map for regular gameplay. How many spiders we have to kill first, I have no idea, but going in there and playing the PvE and killing spiders will eventually unlock the map for everybody for the other modes. I don't think they mention a number that we have to kill. What's up, Yats? If I miss anybody's comments, I'm sorry, guys. It's a lot of talking and a lot of reading, and the comments do scroll by sometimes as I'm talking. Shadow, he's got 500 D-gems. Alright, so save the D-gems until there's something you really want, right? There's one day you're going to see something in the daily deals. You're going to be like, man, I want that. And if it happens to be 500 gems, then you can buy it. Don't just spend it because you can. Save it for something that shows up and you're like, I want that right there. Hopefully that makes sense. I mean, there's a lot of things you can buy with that, but you want to make sure you get something that you actually want and you know is actually good. Don't spend it just to spend it. A lot of people do that. They'll just buy something to buy it, and they'll waste their D-gems or waste their resources just because they want to spend them. So save it for something really good. Save it for something really good. Or something that you actually need when you see it. Thoughts on the Titan Repair Amplifier rework. So now the Titans feel to me just like they did before there was a bug. Mech, I like the Titan Repair Amplifier rework because the Titans feel like normal Titans again, and they don't feel like invincible nightmares that nobody can kill. I mean, it was fun. It was fun for a short time having unkillable Titans, but honestly, it was not a good thing for the game. So I don't feel like they nerfed it. I feel like they fixed the problem personally, but that's just me. Some people felt like it was a nerf. I felt like they fixed an issue because the Titans were not supposed to be invincible. For some reason, after one of the updates hit, the repair amplifiers started stacking up in a way they weren't supposed to, and then when you were dropping that new mothership on top of that, those things turned into unkillable Titans, and it was never supposed to be that way. So I feel like my Luchador feels just like it did before that happened. So, you know, it may have been a nerf or a rework, but it put things back to normal perspective, I guess you would say. So I think that was a good thing. Also, we're not able to drop Titans in the first 30 seconds anymore, which sucked. You know, now it's more like 4, 5, 6 minutes in when people are dropping Titans. So I think it's actually good for the game. I know for some people it probably sucks. Some people like to be able to do that stuff, but I just think it put more normality back into the game. Hopefully that makes sense. Mech wants a 3D model of the Katua Aether. I said that wrong, but whatever. You know what I mean. I can't talk, but you know what I mean. Andrew says, I don't like the new map anyways. So Andrew, I do not like fighting spiders on the new map, but I think it's a fun map to actually play on. When you're playing against other players, it's a lot of fun. But I think once we start doing real games on the new map, it'll be a lot more fun than when you're running around killing spiders on it. Brandon says, I get my gaming tablet tomorrow. Nice. What did you end up getting, Brandon? Which one did you come up with or end up with? That's awesome. Yeah, it says I work for physical therapy clinics in Ohio. Cool. I'm not sure why you said that, but cool. That would be a good job, actually. Are you a physical therapist? That would probably be a great job. Stinger said I bought 9,000 keys with my D-gems. I waited for the 200% black market thing and I managed to open 2 super chests. Yeah, you know, that's not, if you don't have a lot of stuff yet, that's not a bad way to do it, actually. That's probably a smart move if you're in need of some of the stuff in those crates. Nimble says, should I buy the Titan repair amps even though they are reworking modules? Oh god, man. I don't know. So, there is a rework. We don't know if they're going to be reworking regular modules and Titan modules, or we don't know if they're just going to be working the Titan modules. We don't know. There's a... I would say hold off on upgrading or buying any modules until you find out what they're going to do on the rework, because we have no idea. We really have no idea. Alright, so Canadian says the equipment loadout button is a nice addition. They should add a hanger snapshot memory option. I ain't having to rejig my hanger for extermination mode. A hanger snapshot? Well, it just takes a little photo of your hanger and you can go back and look at it. Now, yeah, I mean, that makes sense, actually. Alright, so Xylem wants to know if he does not have a special pilot for the Ochikochi. If you happen to have a Bernadette Wolf, that's a really good pilot to put on anything. If you don't want to have one of those, an Adrian or a Manny pilot would be okay. But if you don't have a pilot that actually works for a certain robot, I would probably try and wait till I could get one, or just kind of throw anything on there. But the Bernadette Wolf is the best universal pilot. Joey said, what's up, Danny? I think they went and gave the Eiffel a stupid buff. Why do you think that, Joey? Like, what did you hear, or what have you been seeing? Now, I haven't been on the game today, but I was playing my Eiffel last night, and I don't, unless it's something that just happened, I haven't noticed anything going on differently. So yeah, what do you know? What did you hear? I'm interested in why you think that, because maybe you found out something I haven't yet. Epic says, since we already did the robots, what drones would you want to own in real life? Man. Probably a Del Taki, because I like the way it looks. Nimble says the Sonics have a faster unload time for the Rooks so they can hit more. Wait. So that you can turn shield. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. But yeah, that's the thing. If you don't have a pilot for a robot, there's not a lot of good choices, honestly. You just kind of gotta throw something on there and use that until you get something else. But you gotta have a pilot. So my guess, this is the way I look at it. Any ultimate pilot will give you golden skills. So you can throw any pilot you want on there, even if it's for a different robot, and at least use it temporarily, but that will cost you more resources in the long run. The one thing I really don't like is how hard they make it to get certain pilots. Like I said, I think you should be able to go into the pilot store and buy any pilot you want at any time. You shouldn't have to sit there and roll for them and stuff like that, but that does make it really crappy when you don't have a pilot for something. Wow, Crown's got 5 hangars loaded with maxed out top tier modules. Ooh, that's a lot of hangars. Wow. Nimble says, do you play on the Pixonic account or your own for fun? So my understanding is I'm only allowed to play on the Pixonic account if I'm recording a video or doing a live stream. Other than that, I believe I have to play on my own account. Ron says, did you mean that the Trixie Hope is the best universal pilot? In my opinion, yes. My opinion, yes, because most universal pilots are for weapons only, and there's no guarantee you're always going to be playing those weapons on that robot. So let's just say you have a weapon pilot and you remove the weapons, that special skill no longer does anything for you now. So I like the Trixie Hope because at least that skill is going to give you some sort of good benefit if you need it. I mean, sure, it's going to eat up some power cells, but it's still pretty good. But I do like the Trixie Hope a lot. Yeah, the Bernadette Wolf's not going to work for anything but the Fenrir. I mean, all the other skills, all of the skills except for the special. If you throw a Bernadette Wolf on an Oshikochi, you can still get your 7 pilot skills, and those are going to work just fine, but the legendary skill that it comes with won't work for anything other than the Fenrir. Alright guys and gals, our stream time is just about up for the day, so if you guys got some last minute questions, get them in there really quickly. If I missed anybody's questions, I am sorry. Zaya says, I don't even have a Titan amplifier. Yeah, I would hold off. I would definitely hold off on upgrading any modules for now. Or buying any modules, because like I said, we don't know what they're going to do for the module rework or when it's going to happen, so if you can, don't upgrade any more modules or buy any more modules. At least until we know what they're going to do. It might be best to wait till after the rework to buy any modules. What's up, Van? How's it going? Nice to see ya. Can I make a hangar that has pushing abilities like the Ochikochi, Shell, Skyros, and Rook? Well, I hate the Shell. If I play a Shell, it usually dies. I can't figure out how to play a Shell worth a darn. I think it's the squishiest piece of junk. One of the squishiest pieces of junks in the game, and I absolutely hate it. I mean, I could probably do a Rook and like 6 Ochikochis. I'm not sure if that would get a lot of views though. Like if I made a thing called like hangar that pushes people, I don't think very many people would want to watch that, right? So when I make videos, I try and make things that I think is going to help people in some way, and I gotta think, how many views will this video get, right? If I think it's only going to interest like maybe a very small handful of people, then I'm like, yeah, I should probably do something else, right? but I'm not sure how many people would be interested in a pushing hanger. Intuition says, leave a like for Danny when you leave. I don't think that many people would. And I'm not even sure like how I would make a title for that or a thumbnail that would make that sound interesting. I think one thing is I'm not very good at making video titles. They say the more interesting your video title, the more views you're going to get. How true that is, I don't know, but I think I'm bad at making thumbnail titles and video titles. Alright, so an Eldritch Ares with... Alright, I don't know what a Seraph weapon is, my friend. So Eldritch Ares... Alright, so we need to talk about the Eldritch Ares. Eldritch Ares is a really cool robot. It's got a lot of firepower. It has a huge ability damage, and it relies on its shield to survive. Ares does die very easily. It's a very squishy robot, so you got to rely on cover and that shield. And if somebody has a shield breaker, you're probably going to die. Like a Crisis will destroy an Ares in a couple of seconds. Now, I think that a really good Ares player can do excellent with it, but not everybody can be good at playing Ares. I love Ares. I think it's awesome. Old Pothead says 80 thinks they're going to kill power cells because they raised the price to 200 cells. Interesting. Don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, most of the modules are still normal price, so the majority of people are running the normal price modules and not the 200 ones, so. But most people seem to have stopped using the conduit because nobody wants to pay 200 power cells. Maybe that's what he's getting at. Nimble says, I love to push people off the map. It is fun. It's harder to do these days. What robot is of value for the money? See, that's the thing. If you're trying to buy something from the daily deals, there's always different stuff available. So really, you just got to figure out, what weapons and what robots are still good in the higher leagues. And you don't want something that's going to only be good in the lower leagues, because eventually you're going to have to scrap it and get something better. So it really depends on what's available. I mean, I just lost track of what I was going to say. It felt important, but I forget. Dang it. I was going to say something. Well, crab sandwiches. But yeah, you just got to figure out, are these weapons and are these robots good before you buy it in the daily deals. So let's just say I spend a couple hours every day going through YouTube comments. Let's just say you see something in the daily deals. You know, just ask on a YouTube comment. Go on one of my videos, leave a comment. Hey, is this robot still good? Unfortunately, there's a chance I might miss your comment, but I try to find as many of them as possible. There's also a good chance I'll answer your comment, so. But there's a lot of great robots. Heimdall. Heimdall is hard to play. So I think I have a video on Heimdall that talks about how to play it. But Heimdall is a really interesting robot because a lot of people don't even understand how the ability works. Oh man, Heimdall is... it's been so long since I played it it's kind of hard for me to give you advice on how to play the Heimdall. But there's an attack mode and there's a healing defense mode where he gets a physical shield. You gotta learn when to switch in between each mode, and I'm not really sure how to explain to you when to switch to which mode. That's one of those things you kind of gotta feel for yourself, but the attack mode, you get that built-in weapon that does loads of damage. I mean, once your physical shield breaks, you should almost always stay in the attack mode. I'm pretty sure it's the healing mode where you also get the physical shield. Man, it's been so long since I played it, I almost forget how that robot works. It's a very complicated, very weird robot. So right now, I'm sorry, but I don't have any good tips for playing the Heimdall because I can't remember which ability does what offhand. But it's a great long-range robot once you get the hang of using the abilities. Like, I would make sure I had weapons that did damage from 500 to 600 meters and play it as a long-range support. It's not a good brawling robot in my opinion, but it can be a great long-range support if you use cover, if you play it tactically, but it's a very hard robot to play. It's very fun, but very hard to play. Epic says they should add a game mode that has a small map where the goal is to push people off. That would be a fun game mode, actually. Alright, Eric says AD says the source he has said power cells are going away. The new currency is going to replace power cells. Players with a lot of power cells will be compensated just like microchip rework. Oh man, I don't know. I know they're adding a new thing where they're going to add buildings into your crew, your clan. Your clan is going to have buildings. The new currency, my understanding is, as you play the game, you're going to earn the new currency, and your players can put the currency into your clan buildings, and then you're supposed to earn extra silver and extra gold and extra this and extra that as you level up the clan buildings. I don't think the new currency is going to be replacing power cells, but I could be wrong. I don't know. This is interesting. Huh. This is really interesting. I don't even know what to think about this. I am going to go watch this video, but man. That's the thing. They're reworking the modules. There's going to be a new clan building system. Oh god, it's really hard to know what might happen. Alright, Nimble says the Heimdall attack mode gives you a physical shield, suppression, fire, physical shield, and increased damage. Healing mode has healing and increased movement speed. Yes. Nimble, it's a very complicated and very hard robot to play. There was a time that I was pretty good with it, but I haven't played it in years, so I suck with it right now. I would really have to get that thing out and play it and get a good feel for it again to really be able to give anybody good advice on playing that thing. So I should probably just say I don't know instead of making up some bull crap that may or may not be true. So I'd rather just tell somebody I don't know at the moment than give them some fake advice or something, you know what I mean? But I can't really tell you what the best way to play the Heimdall is at the moment because it's been so long. It's been so long since I played it. I don't remember how to play it. Alexander, what's up, buddy? Unfortunately, you're coming in right at the end of this thing, but it's awesome to see you anyways. Immortal, hey. Alright, you bought 2 Weber Mark IIs and put them on a Harpy with the Gauss. Alright. That's an interesting setup. I'd imagine that's probably some pretty nice firepower if you play that thing correctly. Yeah. Alright, cool. I mean, if you like the sniping type of gameplay, that would probably beat the crap out of people from all the way across the map, so that might be a pretty cool deal, actually. I hope you like that setup because it actually sounds like it might be kind of fun. Epic Gamer says, this stream, Danny wasn't quick on answering questions. When there's a lot of questions, man, it's hard to get to them all, my friend. Alright, so Irfan says, I started my account about a month ago, and I've got a full hanger of legendary robots. Whoa, just from the super chest. Maybe not legendary, you probably got the special edition robots, right? Midnight, have a great day. But that's cool, if you got a hanger of good robots in a month just from super chest, that's awesome. Eric says he thinks they're gonna reset the entire economy. Sometimes though, I wish they would just have the mentality of, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. I don't know. But I can't really comment on anything that I don't really have any information on, but I hope they don't rework the entire economy. But I have no clue what they're planning on doing besides reworking modules and adding some sort of clan buildings, which sounds goofy to me. I'm not really sure why they would rework modules, honestly. I know a lot of people are pretty nervous about them reworking the modules, and I can totally understand why. It does make you a little nervous, but we'll see what happens, I guess. But guys and girls, our stream time is just about up for the day. Yeah, it's hard to play old bots in the squad. Now, the good news is if you play solo, like if you play solo or duos with your buddies, you can run a hanger of old robots as long as you got decent weapons on there and still have fun. But yeah, if you're playing in a squad, it's hard to... If you're playing in a Champion League squad, it's definitely hard to play some of the older stuff, but... Squads are very, very, very competitive, and lots of meta squads up there in Champion League, so that is true. But normally if I'm playing my older robots, I'll only have one older robot in when playing in a squad. Now, if I'm playing older robots, solo or duo, I have a lot of fun with them. So yeah, you got a good point there. Alright guys and girls, that's going to be it for the day. I just want to say thank you for coming out to the stream. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching my live streams. Thank you for hanging out with me on the live streams and watching my videos and all that good stuff. I really appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you. I appreciate you guys very much, but that's going to be it for the day. You guys are super duper awesome. Again, thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you so much for being here and everything. Huge extra big old giant shout out to my channel members. That extra support really helps. And anybody who's been using the dannylightning code when buying stuff on the WarRobots web shop, I appreciate you guys as well. I keep getting these little small commissions from that, and that every little bit helps. So thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are awesome. All right, guys, lightning out. Have a wonderful day. I'll be back on Thursday and Saturday for some gameplay live streams. So hope to see you guys there, and catch y'all next time. See ya. Lightning out.